Survival horror games have always been one of my favorite games to play, and that's due to many things. Whether it's its aesthetic, the gameplay, or even an enemy that draws our attention to us. I've been playing some horror games over this past couple months, and maybe I'll cover them later on the channel if I ever get the time to. However, speaking on the future of this channel is like speaking in years. Decades. I'm trying, folks, just give me some time. One of those games I've played was a small indie game called Labyrinth of the Demon King, made by J.R. Hupel and published by Top Hat Studios. When I first saw Labyrinth of the Demon King, I didn't know what to expect. But after playing it, I discovered its unique charm and enjoyed my time in the labyrinth despite some issues holding it back. It's a fun ride, but I would be lying if I said it was a smooth one. The story of Labyrinth is a straightforward one. We play as a Ashigaru, a peasant foot soldier who served under a lord. Unfortunately, this lord was deceived by a demon, which led the army into an ambush that resulted in the deaths of everyone, including the lord who sacrificed himself to save us. Fueled by a desire for revenge, we set out to confront the demon that betrayed us and put an end to its life. After locating the demon slayer, we discovered that it is situated within a labyrinth. As we explore this area, we encountered a woman covered in black eyes who serves the Demon King. She informs us that there are 4 towers within the labyrinth. To confront the Demon King, we must defeat the Wardens that reside in each of these towers and take their burdens. Once we have collected all 4 burdens, we'll be ready to face the Demon King himself. The gist of the story is straightforward, and while I'd love to dive deeper, that really is all there is to it. However, there are some interesting characters. For instance, there's a cat lady who runs a merchant shop and makes ramen out of body parts. We also have a blacksmith who is the husband of the merchant, and he assists us in upgrading our equipment. And oh, don't mind him, he sometimes gets stuck. Then there's a priest who also aims to put an end to the Demon King himself and provides us with talisman, which I will discuss later. Aside from that, there really isn't much of a story to follow. While there is notes scattered throughout the game that contain some lore about it, I wouldn't say it's particularly compelling. Don't expect a Silent Hill level plot from this game because, to be frank, you won't find one here. The best aspect of Labyrinth is its presentation and atmosphere. This game truly captures the essence of its contemporaries with PS1 aesthetics reminiscent of old survival horror titles. It even incorporates classic Resident Evil style transitions. Additionally, players can save progress at various shrines, and there's a tea house that acts as more of a safe area similar to those found in Resident Evil. You can use this area to buy items with mon you find, talk to NPCs, upgrade your equipment at the blacksmith using material you discover in the world, similar to smithing stones and Dark Souls. And of course, the best part is that you can even make matcha green tea. I mean, come on, guys. But this game draws a significant inspiration for a title I covered 3 years ago.
Thomas, I don't got all day here. Let's get a move on.
Labyrinth incorporates many elements from Condemned, empathizing melee combat with a parry system that stuns enemies, allowing for counterattacks or dodges to avoid hits. Heavy attacks can stagger opponents, and kicks can break their guard. The enemies in this game are fierce and aggressive, often even battling each other. Enemies sometimes hide behind walls to launch for surprise attacks, similar to those in Condemned, creating plenty of jump scares and building tension, which is perfect for a horror game like this. Labyrinth features a variety of enemy types, including regular grunts, floating heads that shoot magic, and a formidable boss entity that relentlessly pursues you, akin to more of a Mr. X or Pyramid Head from other games. Some enemies can only be defeated with specific weapons. For instance, skeletons can only be killed using blunt weapons, while lizard-like creatures require slashing weapons. There are also smaller enemies armed with daggers that pose a significant threat due to their ability to cause bleeding and deliver deadly multi-hit combos. In terms of weaponry, Labyrinth offers an array of options including katanas, axes, hammers, bows, daggers, and spears, with varying effectiveness. I found weapons featuring a shove animation to be among my favorites alongside the spear, but those became available later in the game. The game features various healing items that recover both health and stamina, which is standard fare. Among these, there is a talisman sold by the priest. You can find these items in the world that can cause enemies to disappear temporarily, heal you, or most importantly, warp you back to the tea house where needed. However, there are some issues with the gameplay worth discussing. First and foremost, the game includes a stamina bar, which is fine, but its recovery rate is extremely slow. In Condemned, the stamina bar was primarily tied to running, and it regenerated quickly. In Labyrinth, combat often feels janky and clunky rather than tense and focused as it did in Condemned. When your stamina is low, your character becomes very slow, and you must wait for it to recover before you can attack again. If you're not careful, this can lead to getting stun locked and potentially dying during the game's more challenging sections. If you find yourself surrounded by multiple enemies, you are in some serious trouble. Another issue I have with the combat is some enemies have hitboxes that either too small or just non-existent. For instance, the worms that inflict poison damage are among the most dangerous foes in this entire game. They not only cause poison, but also accumulate damage over time with each hit. Whenever I tried to attack one, my sword would either just whiff or just not even hit at all. However, the most significant issue with the game, in my opinion, lies within the towers themselves and the warden that guards them. In my opinion, the first tower is the best part of the whole game. The presentation, the level design, and the puzzles are all great. However, the other towers start to disappoint. The second tower involves a lot of backtracking and has a very confusing puzzle involving a valve system and pools. The third tower is more straightforward and features a boss fight in the middle. We have to ring bells to summon the warden. Unfortunately, this tower has even more backtracking, and pair that with those skeleton enemies I mentioned before, it becomes really frustrating and less enjoyable. Finally, the last tower, if you even want to call it that, is just a big stairwell with that Mr. X character chasing you again. I felt like I was playing a mix of Labyrinth and, well, Super Mario 64. Speaking on the Wardens, while these boss fights are visually creepy and interesting, they are the weakest part of the game. Mainly, this is because most of the bosses are kind of pushovers. After discovering that I could just run in circles and attack the warden, most of them went down pretty quickly. Some of them do spawn enemies to attack as well, but that didn't really matter most of the time. The Demon King was my favorite, mainly for presentation reasons, but he even fell victim to the circle strategy as well. And honestly, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Labyrinth. It's a game that has its flaws, but considering its price point of $20, I can understand why some people might overlook these issues. I enjoyed my time with it, although it could have been a better experience. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. This has been the Kozmic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on Labyrinth. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And with all that being said, I'll see you all real soon. Really soon. Take care.